Hey guys, new video here. Let's talk about cleaning out your dump tabs. Most people have all these premium tabs, and what you do after every map, every zone, you just dump all your trash in here. So at the end of a play session, you might have like a ton of stuff. And then a lot of people complain about like, hey, I don't know how to go about cleaning. I don't want to clean it. And so they leave it there. And they might be leaving a lot of money on the table, because you never know with these dump tabs and the pricing and stuff like that, what's going to sell, what's not. And then like if you have it in your if you sort it all out, you might be able to take inventory and then like go after that next item. So we'll just get right into it with how do I do it, and then you can kind of make some adjustments or like maybe improve it. So what I do is I have I always do this after stream, because like on stream, if I'm cleaning dump tabs for like half an hour, nobody's going to want to watch that, right? It's super boring. So what I do is I only clean dump tabs when I have about 30 something quad tabs. You don't need this many. You can even use like these normie tabs here if you want to get some of these. And what I do is like when like maybe like around half or like over half of my quad tabs are full, then I go through and I dump. So what is like my priorities? Well, for example, right now I don't have all my unveils, right, from the betrayal, and that's how you get all your crafts on the crafting bench mostly. And so what I'll go through and I'll do is let's take like these two tabs for example, right, after like today's stream. And so I'll type in veiled and I'll take out all the veiled items here, and then wait here, and wait, what happened here? Oh, these right here, like here and here, right? I'll take out the veiled items because sometimes these can be rare, and if you just type in like rare, then it's like so much stuff, right? So you can't really do that. So I type in veiled so I can make sure that I don't accidentally sell or destroy my veiled mods. And you can just go to June, right? So for example, I'll like take these out, and then what I do is, well, it's sold. Okay, hold on, I gotta turn on my sound. And then I unveil, and I'll just go through all of them, and then like this, and I'll do this. You can have a macro for /delete that is allowed, and you can delete these if you don't want to sell them. When you sell them, they give like little shards. No big deal there, right? So let's just pretend we didn't do that. And then after I get out all my veiled, here is the most important part for me, at least. What I like to do is I like to type in currency. And because this is like a catch-all phrase, there's like little things that you can do with like stack size, because like some things don't have stack sizes, and like you can do like little keywords. But I just do this currency, and that catches a lot of stuff. So what I do is I grab everything. A lot of people like you sometimes grab little things at a time because they won't fit into a certain tab, because we have a lot of different specialty tabs. For example, essences. In essences, you can fit in, of course, essences, but there's a few slots for other things. And so if you like try to go through and just like spam click everything in, you might end up dumping like a couple things like stacked up in the essence tab, or like in other tabs. Your essences might be in like the universal tabs. So what I do is everything that gets highlighted under currency, I dump into a clean quad tab. We can just type this like total dump or something, right? So we can like, you can say that it's this. And then what I do is I spam it down and I put every little thing in here. Okay. And okay, wait, I actually just did that wrong. Hold on. Okay, pretend I didn't do that. My bad. I skipped a step. Okay, pretend like I didn't just do that. Okay, and we're back to this. And so I go here. Sorry, this is the tab, the currency tab. And what I do is I spam through, and I just click everything into the currency tab that I can. Okay, as you can see, a lot of things don't go in there, either because there's no free slots, or all the current, like the actual currency has gone there, and I'm left with all this trash, right? And what I do is I go over here. Okay, I just put it in here. Look at this. And these are the things that aren't like the pure currency. So like the ones that I would have taken. Okay, this is kind of a confusing video now since I messed it up. But let's just imagine that I went like this, right? And I got all the currencies, and I go back in, and then like this tab right here. Okay, so let's just like take all these, because these will be an example of cleaning out this one quad tab here. Okay, so I'm gonna take these out here, and then as you can see, everything tagged as currency is now out. Okay, and then so once again, I would go back directly to my currency tab. I would spam in all the things that would fit in there. As you can see, some things go in there, some things don't, and the remainders I put all into the same tab. And this is very, very important for later. Okay, so now imagine I've done the same thing for this. Everything highlighted here is taken into my inventory, spammed into here. Spammed into here first to get rid of the pure currencies, and then spammed into here. A little note here: this is just what I prefer on the bottom. I put in some of the more common oils because I got a ton of those. Cassie's like in almost like probably what 30-40% of the maps, and I get a lot of oils. I'll probably eventually take these on my loot filter, but So this is what my currency tab looks like. And then now, after you clean out all your dump tabs of the currencies, you have all these. And now it's way easier to do specifics, because think about it. If you had just done the actual currencies, it would take a long time to like do this. Because look, if I'm going like bottom to top and to the left, watch this. Okay, that's currency. These aren't. I think these two go in the currency tab. I think these two do. These two, and if you're a newer player, you won't even know, right? Because you don't know what you have in there. So like, I know that, like, for example, I know that like mine, like these, let's see, like these, and then we have like these and like these. You see how slow this is if you're just gonna do the pure currencies? Because if you do this, totally fine. If you like doing that, let's see, I go here, and as you can see, everything in my inventory is a pure currency, and I put it in there, and it's all good, right? However, you saw how slow that was, and it's like you could just like spam click everything highlighted. It doesn't even matter, right? Like you just spam click through, click everything, and this is better, because you imagine if everything's in this tab here, okay? What you're going to do when the pure currencies are sorted is you can go back in and type in like essence, you can type in tawny, right, for the organs, you can like type in oils that you didn't have in there, you can type in like div, you have div cards and stuff like that, and you can type in like what's it called, like not matter, but what's it called, catalyst, right, cata, and do that. And then now you can put them into the respective tabs if you have them, okay, like fossil, unique, metamorph, oil, deli, and then you have things like divination, essence, map tab. So that's what I'll do first with the currency. Currency is number one. Next, what I like to do is I like to find my maps, and if you type in map, it's gonna have like fragments, it's gonna have other things. You can like do this way, but I like to just take out the like the tiers, right? So like the tiers will highlight only things that have an actual tier, and in here it's like pretty cool, because you're gonna see a few things. You're gonna see maps like unique maps, for example, this augmented, like this distant memory, right? You're gonna see like your red maps, all your other unique maps like this Maelstrom of Chows. You have your Care Blad, Wolfpack Den here, okay? And you will also see maps like this. Let me show you. You'll also very easily see the influence map. The reason this influence map is important and the shaper one isn't is because like if you like dump this for some reason, okay, this is why I separate these, because if I if I dump this, you see what happens? Like when these elder maps are in here for the fragments, and you like, okay, let's just remember this one so I don't lose it. Okay, Overgrown Ruin, right? Look at this. Like you have no idea where it is, right? Like where did it go? I have no idea. You might be able to search for it, but it's like super confusing, and you end up with a lot of these in here. And these are like 20C, 20 to 40C sometimes, depending on the league. And so that's why I like to separate them and sell them all in bulk. The way that you can search for these with your trade macro is that because it's not always going to be an Overgrown Ruin, you can search for things like area is influenced by, and then select that line, right? Constrictor, Eradicator, Enslaver, things like that, right? So like I separate these maps and I put the normie maps into the map tab, right? I think a map tab is pretty important. You should probably have this. What's gonna say that courtyard? Where's that courtyard? That's a unique, right? Okay, thankfully that goes in here. And so I do that with the tiers of maps, take those all out, and then after that you're pretty much free to do whatever you want. One thing after I've done these steps is I would like to do this. I like to go unID'd, rare, okay, or you can just do unID'd. And what I like to do is I like to take my ton of wisdom scrolls. You can sell transmutes for this, and I go through, and what I do is I ID everything. Obviously the maps would have been taken out before, right? And I ID all the uniques that I have for that time. And the reason for this is because you never know with these dump tabs that are arbitrarily priced which one of these unID'd could have something really great behind it, and then so you can kind of sell it for like the dump tab price. If something gets spammed right away and you get a lot of whispers, that's like mispriced, you can be like, oh sorry, I mispriced it, and then do a price check and sell for the appropriate amount. But if let's say that you ID everything and like 10 minutes passes, 5 minutes passes, and you don't get any whispers, the next whisper you get, it's probably going to be a worthless item that someone just needs for that little bit of resist cap, that little bit of it has all the little mods, but it's not really worth anything to anyone else. You just sell it to them. It's not going to be a big deal, and you can price these as however you want. Okay, so I like to ID this, and you might ask, why do you ID the uniques, right? The uniques don't really matter. Well, some uniques have a lot of roles. For example, if you take a unique like a Call of the Brotherhood, Call of the Brotherhood is like a tier 1 item in terms of it doesn't actually like drop that often, but a perfect Call of the Brotherhood versus a really bad Call of the Brotherhood would be a big difference in price. Another example of this, if you take the reverse of this, is like, let's say you take an item that doesn't have any roles whatsoever, right? An item like that would be I can't think of an item like that right now. Maybe like, okay, let me just give examples of items that do have like roles that matter. A Stormcloud has a 50% attack speed roll. A Gold Rim for leveling characters has a 40% maximum total res roll, right? Like things like this actually matter. You're gonna get, and then you can also take this like to the next level, like things like that have like a lot of rolls, where you have to like even kind of segment like what percentile it is with all the rolls combined. So yeah, so you might want to take a look at unique roles if you get spammed for something, right? Because there's a big difference. A good example is like these jewels right here. These jewels right here have a 24 maximum roll, like the brute force, like the efficient training, all that stuff has 24 stat roll. And a 24 stat roll, I think this league they might only be like 10, 20 C more than a shitty one, but it's just something to keep in mind. So once again, I go through and I ID all the un-ID'd things, right? Once again, the maps would have been taken out by now because this is just an example. And then after that, you're free to do whatever you want, okay? From here, things that will still be in there, you can like sort by div, right? You can sort by rare. You can just delete all the rares if you want. If they haven't sold for like a day, these rares are complete trash. You can just sell them for alterations after IDing them. In here, I have belts. The reason I have leather belts is because white, clean, uncorrupted leather belts can be chanced into a headhunter if you use Nemesis map device and pay for it from the map device. So I'm keeping those for now. And then further on, you can do things like prophecy, right? You can take all those out and then put them in a different tab, and then you can do things like baiters or something, right? These are incubators. You can use these on your gear and all that, and that's about it. Like it's very, very easy to do. Usually when I have like 20 dump tabs like completely full later on in the league, maybe in a week or two, when I'm like really truly grinding and not caring about like this in IDing and selling like these little like 5-10C trades, you know, it will save you so much time to have some kind of method to how you clean it out. Okay, please do not clean one tab at a time like this. Just like going through each tab, like, okay, I take out my belts, I take out my currency, and then you go to the next tab and you do the same thing. Please don't do that. Please go through all of your full tabs and then put the currency in here, right, by spam clicking it down, right? It's just spam click like this. Like if you click on the thing that doesn't go in there, it won't go in there, right? So and then you just dump it in here, and then this is like the mini filter. You've extracted the juice out of your quad tabs, and you can filter for here. And then this is very easy because once again, if I want fossils and I have to scroll through, I type in fossil, I scroll through 30 dump tabs. Or like, why would I do that? It takes so long, right? Whereas you would, if you just do currency and like put everything in here, then all the fossils are in one place, and I believe it to be a lot easier. Okay, what else do I want to talk about with these dump tabs? It's kind of pay to win. It is kind of pay to win. Another thing about it is I often get questions about the exact way you price your dump tabs, and I don't really want to get into that. I guess I could do a little TLDR. It's completely arbitrary. You can have it from 1 to 5C if you're noob, 1 to 10C. You can change them to like 1 to 100C, starting at 1 exalt to like 50 exalts. It does not matter, because if you want, the way I do it is I have them all at exact price. Okay, so if I go to this one, the 99C one, everything in here is priced at 99C. Okay, if I want to change that, all I gotta do is set exact price on all items, 99C, and I can be like 88C. And then once I switch a zone, what's going to happen is it will refresh it on the trade API. Another note is that if you want to, you can still price things in here. So for example, this one says everything in here is 88C, but for example, this staff, if I want to price the staff at like 1 exalt, for example, or there's 1 divine, okay, that will work. The individual pricing that you do on the item overrides the tab value. Okay, that's something important to note. So you can absolutely change prices in things that have a fixed price without worrying too much. You don't have to bring it to another tab or anything like that. Another thing thing is that you might ask, why do you have decimals in here, right? And the reason is because usually when I start, I used to have like everything around like the same price, like maybe like 30C. But if someone whispers you, hi, I want to buy your X item for Y price, and every single tab is named 30C, it's gonna be a nightmare, because even if you have a trade macro that can pinpoint the location in the tab, you still have to be like, okay, every tab is named that, so how the hell do I find that? So you have to scroll through every single one and look at like that position, or like type it in here and look for the highlighting through every single one, and it's such a nightmare. So what I started doing is, like, let's say I want all my tabs to be around like 35C, right? And I have 10 tabs, then I would start at 30 and then end at 39, right? Because that's 10 tabs with 10 different names for when someone messages you. And then once again, the easier way to do this is to just have decimals, because it's easy to find these. I prefer to keep these in order. Right now it's kind of unorganized, but later on I'll change it so it's like maybe like 70C going up to like 105C or something like that, okay? That's one little note about naming the tabs. You can change the color here and everything. And overall, if I have like 20 or 30 tabs later in the league, it'll only take me like no more than an hour to sort all of them if they're fully densely packed and stuff using this method here. Okay, that's about it. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, you can ask me on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/qtao_, and make sure you're updating your filter and making your filter more strict as the league goes on, so you have to clean less and less and you make more and more money. Okay, thank you guys. That's the video, guys. Bye guys. Bye.